Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. You are joining me now in the dark, black abyss that is Chelsea's season. That is the campaign of doom, death, sadness, disappointment, frustration, apathy, sadness, anger? I don't know how long I can go on for like this. Anyway, I'm going to talk about some stuff today in today's video. Thank you for joining me. Todd Boehly is confronted by Chelsea fans. Of course, in Stamford Bridge yesterday, you've seen the photos probably. We're going to talk about an article quickly from 90 Min, as well as talking about Football.London's article on Luis Enrique being disappointed with Chelsea. Ooh, positive news after positive news. Remember, there is light at the end of this tunnel. There has to be. And when we reach the light, I want you with me, dear sweet friends. So, consider liking and subscribing to this YouTube channel. And hopefully we'll get out of this dark abyss and back into light. Profound stuff there. Alright, so Sean Walsh. Oh, there's a comedian called Sean Walsh as well. On 90 Min writing this. Chelsea supporters let their angry feelings known towards co-owner and chairman Todd Boehly at the end of Saturday's loss to Brighton. The Blues were battered by the Seagulls at Stamford Bridge, and though the scoreline was only 2-1 in their favour of the visitors, Frank Lampard's men were clearly the second best throughout. Yes, very true. If you want my visceral gut reaction to said loss, do consider checking out my previous upload, my post-match presser, to what was a depressing night at Stamford Bridge and Frank Lampard's return. Brighton ended up with 57% possession, which, by the way, at one point they had 70%. They got nearly 3 expected goals compared to Chelsea's 0.54, while the hosts' opener came courtesy of a huge deflection of Lewis Dunk. Yeah, the Gallagher blaggy goal. We know what happened next. You can watch my post-match press if you're interested in that. So why is Todd Boehly unpopular with Chelsea fans? So there is this picture, you might have seen it. Todd's like arguing, looking up to Chelsea fans who are looking down and probably saying, look mate, what the ruddy heck is going on here? Like, come on bruv. Like, there's been immense amounts of patience from the Chelsea fans. But like, what are we doing, mate? Like, we're 11th in like this, going into the end of April without a snowball's chance in hell of having any kind of enjoyment, bro. Like enjoyment. Do you know what I mean? Not even like success. Just enjoying watching a football team. And you're supposed to have this kind of like privilege of supporting Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? And now City. Like, you can just enjoy goals and winning and like application, but we just don't have that. So Boehly's tenure so far at Chelsea has been underlined by his record spending. And by the way, this is why winning the transfer market means jack if you can't win football matches, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, he's record spending on a large crop of players, leaving the first team squad bloated and in need of desperate trimming. Amen. Preach. Recent reports have suggested that some of their Cobham training facilities are too small to house everyone. The American has also made the strange decision to sack Champions League coach Thomas Tuchel and replace him with Potter, only to dismiss the ex-Brighton boss recently and rehire Lampard. Yeah, we know there's probably more behind the scenes on the Tuchel sacking. So he drew further criticism Wednesday when he predicted that we'd beat Real Madrid 3-0 away in the Santiago Bernabeu, even though that was a bit of tongue-in-cheek, probably after a couple of glasses of wine with his mates. But this is what the news do to you, man. And of course we lost 2-0. And Los Blancos are coming to Stamford Bridge Tuesday to just absolutely touch us up. No, they won't, because they don't need to. They're going to reserve their energy, man. They are going to chill. They're going to be like, yeah, we'll win 1-0 or something. Win the tie and aggregate 3-0. This Chelsea team is nicht so gut, mein Bruder. We are bad. Pas bien. Ne bueno, whatever. I don't speak many languages. Anyway, the Brentford manager, what was his name? Kind of crazy Scandinavian guy, or whatever his name eludes me. He was saying that the next game they're playing, No, wait, it was the Wolves manager, Lopetegui, saying that the game they were going to play against Brentford is not going to be like the Chelsea game. It's going to be more difficult. Bro's coming out and saying this with his chest. He's been in the Premier League for like 5 minutes, and he's like, yeah, everyone knows Chelsea's crap. Do you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, fine. He's not even like worried of offending anyone. It's like, yeah, this won't offend anyone because everyone knows Chelsea are bad. Like, it's just an accepted thing. No wonder you got geezers hanging over like the freaking second tier, shouting at Boehly. Like, probably not even shouting at him, just asking him, like, bro, what the hell is this? And probably the way Todd Boehly's like going like this, he's probably saying like, we're trying, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, they are trying. They're trying. They're going to games, they're showing their faces, they're spending money, they're hiring football structure, they're changing managers when it's not working. Like, clearly they're trying, but they must be like, this is freaking hard, dude. Like, this is real tricky. So we can lean all our hopes, futures, ambitions, and, you know, everything on a new gaffer that will hopefully have the keys to do what he wants and utilize a very talented squad and make us a football team that could compete. Maybe, I don't know, let's start off with like League 2, you know, and then go from there. Then work our way up the leagues in theory, hopefully without getting relegated in the meantime, to the point where we are, I don't know, Chelsea back in the mid-90s. Anyway, let's move on to the next story. Football.London, Sam Hill writes, Luis Enrique is disappointed by Chelsea manager decision after holding talks with Todd Boehly. Luis Enrique was left disappointed by Todd Boehly's decision to appoint Frank Lampard as caretaker manager till the end of the season. Football.London reported on this earlier this month that Luis Enrique was in London to hold talks about becoming our new head coach. So he is desperate to start working again, Luis Enrique, I think, unlike Julian Nagelsmann. But he, I don't know, I kind of like understand, we're terrible, Lampard's lost 2 out of 2, we look absolutely rudderless, but the truth is, I get it, like, I get the Lampard appointment, like, I don't think it's going to do, as much as Enrique might be disappointed, I'm not sure how good it would do him to just throw him in now, and be like, there you go, mate. I feel it could do more damage than good to experience what's going on now prior to the summer the transfer window to get some players out, and a pre-season to like hone your, you know, new psychology and tactics and philosophy into these players. So that's my personal opinion, that I think it could have done more damage than good, but reportedly disappointed. Enrique emerged as a candidate to replace Graham Potter after the former Chelsea boss was sacked. Following a poor run of results after replacing Tuchel earlier this season, the Blues' form has failed to improve after Lampard's appointment until the end of the current campaign, losing all 3 games under... That's been 3 games as well, if it was 2, it's free. It's free. It's free. It's a magic number. Football.London understands Julian Nagelsmann is also a serious contender to replace Potter, but the German would prefer to wait until the summer, which makes one think... It poses the question, maybe Julian Nagelsmann really is the favourite for Chelsea, and though really impressed by Luis Enrique's presentation, dossier, extensive plan for Chelsea that he put together, they're thinking, yeah, but we really do like the idea of Nagelsmann, so let's give him some time to impress us as well. But that guy is like, well, let me chill for a few months, which again, I kind of endorse, and it makes a lot of sense. Not just for the aforementioned dropping him into this crap show could be damaging, but also of Nagelsmann, respectively, he's obviously still apparently emotionally getting over the sacking of Bayern Munich, which was his dream job, like his career pinnacle job. So yeah, both of them make sense to just wait, and that's kind of why it made sense to try vibes until the end of the season. Clearly not working, as like nothing's freaking worked so far. But like I get it, like, and I kind of like sympathize with the ownership of trying. I sympathize with the fans. And, you know, I'm very upset and angry. Every fan should be upset and angry because we are turgid and we should be Chelsea. But it's really like boring and political and diplomatic to say there's so many mitigating circumstances and just transition process. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so yeah, Nagelsmann is a contender for the job, and he'd prefer to wait to the summer. Reports claimed that the former Bayern Munich boss has also been given a chance to hold talks with the Blues over their vacant manager position, but a decision will not be rushed despite results failing to improve under Lampard. Good, because the new owners, they say it's an exhaustive process. I think they got a little bit too excited by Graham Potter and the fact how he's overachieving, and they had probably heard he was like a really nice guy, and he's really collaborative, and they probably thought, that sounds perfect, let's get him in. But they clearly didn't vet him extensively enough, and maybe they even needed this learning experience to just know, right, this is the kind of shit that doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? So you gotta go through it to get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea's decision to hire Lampard on a temporary basis did disappoint Enrique, according to AS, of course a Spanish publication, who wanted the chance to take on Real Madrid in the Champions League. Makes sense now. The ex-Barcelona man, treble-winning Barcelona manager, probably watches a lot of Real Madrid in La Liga, and this is me just spitballing here, I'm thinking off the dome piece. He probably watches so much Real Madrid that he knows their weaknesses. He has got La Liga embedded inside him, and he's like, you know what, man? I know how to screw these men up. Give me those Chelsea players, because I can see the talent. If they do what I say, I can beat them. And maybe he could have done a Thomas Tuchel a couple of years ago. That's just theorising. Under Lampard, the West Londoners suffered a 2-0 defeat in the Champions League away at the Bernabeu, which on paper now doesn't actually look that bad, considering how bad we are, to the holders in Madrid in the quarterfinal. First leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. And now we'll face an uphill battle to qualify for the semi-finals. I feel an uphill battle is really an understatement. How about a vertical climb war? Enrique had 2 spells with Spain after spending 3 years at Barcelona, in which he won 2 La Liga titles and the Champions League, of course, and completing the treble in one of those seasons. Despite Enrique's frustration, the former boss remains one of the front runners to be Potter's long-term replacement, and the Blues weigh up their options. Of course, Luis Enrique Martinez, remember Luis Enrique are his first names, just going to throw out that trivia there, not trivia, a bit of insight, because it blew my mind. And yes, reports are suggesting he does really want a job in the Premier League at a big club. I mean, in theory, we're a big club still. Cesar Azpilicueta has already given the green light. Oh, thank God for that. A guy that we could probably sell in the summer, that legend, but, has already given the green light for Enrique to take charge of Stamford Bridge. Of course, he played for him under Spain, under the former Barcelona manager recently. Speaking to the Spanish outlet EFE, Azpilicueta said, "There are parts of the club who negotiate, that we trust, doing what's best for the club." Oh, Mr. Diplomatic, I'm sitting on the fence. We will see what happens. My best games with the national team were with Luis Enrique as a coach. I don't know, man. It's tough. I would feel safer with Luis Enrique because he's just been, I know it sounds lame, but I feel like he will be more emotionally ready to just go all in. He's older, I'm all in for having a coach about the same age as me for Chelsea. It would be jokes, it would be meme, it would be chaos, and it suits Chelsea well. But, yeah, Enrique's been out of the club game for a while. I think he's probably built up this emotional energy ready to go in. Like I said, Nagelsmann is probably still feeling the effects of being canned by his dream job or his dream employers. I don't know, man. I don't know, it's so rough. I feel like the Chelsea players will respond to Nagelsmann better than the Bayern players do. It's very political at Bayern. And there's like hierarchy and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of young players at Chelsea. So I think the young player, you get people like, if Nagelsmann got Azpi on the side, if he got Thiago Silva on the side, then, yeah, you could probably, everyone else would just sort of listen to him. It's tough, though, isn't it? Still on the fence. At this point now, it can only get better. So we end the season 11th. We get knocked out of the Champions League. No, European football next season, which sucks because I love watching midweek football, supporting my club, and it sucks for me as a content creator as well because I lose loads of games to cover. So it's just bad, bro. It's no good. It's no good all around. But it is what it is, and you just got to take it on the chin. You got to go through it to get to it. It can only get better with either or manager for me, but at the moment, I'm leaning on Luis Enrique Martinez. Who are you leaning on? Lean on me when you're 11th. I'll be your coach. I'll help you ascend the Premier League table. I could go on. If you enjoy the content, please do like it. A little click of the button, baby, and you're welcome to subscribe. Comment down below, as I always say. I enjoy reading your comments, and it's a great community we've cultivated here, and I'm very proud of it. And you should be too, because you are a part of it. And I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm history, but I'll be back very soon, so hit that bell notifications icon. Peace!